Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL action, NFC South matchup here. Falcons at Panthers. If you want 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net, just use the promo code TREAT, T-R-E-A-T. The Panthers are favored -2.5 at home. The total is 49. The Falcons are 1-6, and the misery has continued on with them after losing 23-22 to the Lions, and also 2-5 against the number. So not a great team to bet on either. The Panthers are 3-4 on the year, but 4-3 against the spread. We've got Scott Rickenbach joining us to talk this one. Scott, initial thoughts on Falcons and Panthers?
Yes, watching the games out here in Vegas this past weekend, we saw a lot of crazy finishes, including that Falcons game, like you mentioned. And this is just a team that how can you trust them with, once again, failure late in the game, but on both sides of the field. I mean, they should have not gone in the end zone and just kicked a field goal to win the game with time expiring. And then not only that, but then their defense can't stop the Lions, and they end up finding a way to lose a game again. So for me, it's a little hard, at least at this point, to trust a side in this matchup. But what has caught my eye early on is the total, and one of the things I like to look at is in these rematch games. This is a divisional game, so these teams have already met this year. This is the second meeting, even though we're only at about the halfway point of the season. And in the first one, the total closed at a 54. It stayed well under the total. So the odds makers opened this one up at a 51.5, and it's already down to a 49. For me, that's value because they're telling you that in the first game, hey, 54 is about the right number. Now they're saying no, 49 in this one, and that's because the prior game stayed under the total. In a lot of these divisional matchups, I like to do the opposite in game two of what happened in game one, just generally speaking, and that's a trend that's worked well for me through the years. And so in this case, I'm taking a look at the over in this matchup, noting that Atlanta has averaged 32 points a game on the road this season, but they're allowing 31. And then Carolina has scored 26 but allowed 26 on average so far this season. And that included a game against the Bears, which, of course, Bears, pretty solid defense, known for lower scoring games. So I think we've got some good value here with the over in this one, especially based on the early line move.
Right. The Panthers have continued to score points even without Christian McCaffrey, who I know they're talking about him possibly coming back for this one. I doubt he will, just because there's no need for him to hurry back. But they're coming off a near win over New Orleans. That was a heartbreaker for Carolina fans. But the Panthers have continued to look pretty solid. However, the Falcons are a team that it seems like you can't trust from 1 week to the next. 1 week they'll score 6 points, and then the next week they'll score 40. So it's just, that's the wild card for me. The problem is trusting the Falcons to do anything. So I'm staying away from this game, but it will be a short week for both teams, which I think will benefit the offenses.
They're going to have to lean heavily on the pass here. And I do like Matt Ryan has been throwing better here of late, and I expect another big game from him here. And Bridgewater was like 23 of 28, I think, in the game on Sunday. So look for both teams to lean heavily on the pass, which is also, of course, good when looking at an over.
Well, that's going to do it for our NFC South talk here on Picks and Parlays. Good stuff from Scott Rickenbach. Thanks for joining us, Scott.